I'm so happy now that I can, what the heck? I can record a video without having fear of my phone telling me I can't record anymore. This is great. Yeah. Matt, that was a really good video. I enjoyed it. Time is a good one. Or a bad one, depending on your perception. Time is a prison. It's a prison for your mind, as is the body, in a sense, in a way. And it is, of course, very limited with the 5 monkey senses. But the 5 monkey senses, as you say, are not that's not how you access the real awareness. That one's hidden deep inside you, or deep inside the present moment, which is actually also you, including all of the stuff and the arrangement of the molecules and whatnot. It's just that, like you said, the record, the needle keeps, no, the body is the needle that keeps you, or the pure awareness, focused in to this particular spot on the record. It is the body. The body's the needle, because if you consider yourself to be the center of your universe, and you are, if you notice, all these things are always following you around. You know, you say you're driving from here to there, but really there came here. It's much simpler to understand that way. And yes, of course, time doesn't exist other than a way for the rational mind to tell a nice story about what's going on with it. Because we need the nice story, because otherwise we're just floating around, and then we might freak out about that. So we need the story. We don't need the story, but at some point in our life, we need the story, and time is one of the tools necessary to tell the story, because otherwise it's just everything is happening at once, and that is probably chaos. You know, I was thinking about this word illusion. And then I had to look up the word ion, because it's been so long since I studied science, since I studied chemistry. Chemistry is, I suppose, part of science, yeah. Chemistry is that field of study where we chop up all of the bits into tiny bits and then we name them all. And thus you have science. But illusion says it right there in the word, ill use ion. Or perhaps an unhealthy ion. Or perhaps a nefariously used ion. Perhaps. And if you take the concept that the construct itself is a prison of sorts for the conscious being, then you could take that one step further and assert that the very appearing building blocks of the construct are also a prison of sorts. And if you look at what ion means, it means an electrically charged atom or molecule. And it says right there in the definition that it's missing. It has extra electrons or protons, or it has not enough electrons or protons. And what does that do? What does that mean? I take it to mean this thing, this tiny little bit of so-called matter is imbalanced. It's needy. It's experiencing lack, or it's experiencing too much, overabundance. It's not balanced. So what does that ion need to do? Well, it needs to run around until it finds another appropriately unbalanced partner, pair ion. And then it can go swoop up to that one and fix its problem. So maybe if all of these imbalanced ions could find their perfect counterpart and they could all swoop up together, maybe the construct would stop being a prison. Maybe. Maybe that's your heaven where everything is in perfect harmony and we don't have sick ions running around, having to shoot around because they're either over electron protoned or they're under electron protoned. A nefariously used ion. Is that possible? Now, of course, I just made all that up because it's fun, and I think all of the minutia here in the realm are balanced as they are, and I think the conscious element is the one that makes the thing move or not. If the conscious element doesn't move, then the thing doesn't move. Sure, you could say, well, if I sit still and I look around, I see things moving around me, right? Well, kind of, but you feel the stillness. And you can feel the stillness even if you are moving. I always feel the stillness, and I'm always moving. So it's kind of a paradox, but it is what it is. If you notice that word ion, it's in a lot of our words. Lots and lots of words contain ion. And ion contains I. I always say I don't always say it, but sometimes I say it, that if you look down and you find that you have a body, or that you appear to be a body, you should start exploring. And if you find that you've been reading lots of things, and you've been watching lots of videos, and you've been listening to lots of people, and your head's in a big, mind fuck, and you can't understand anything, well, you should dump all those. Every single last one of them. Use your 5 severely limited senses and look around and touch things and lick things. Punch things. It's always us that limit ourselves. We put ourselves in prison. We put ourselves here. Perhaps we forgot that we did it. Or perhaps we're escaping some other, war that's going on in a different dimension, and we're tired of dealing with it, so we shot on over into the Earth playground for a while. Who knows? If you can't remember, then, you make up stories. Or you just don't think about it. Go to Taco Bell and buy some nachos. You have options. Time is a good one. Thanks, Matt. That was a good video. I done it and appreciated it.